A few weeks ago I came across this thing, and as far as I can tell it's some kind of weird cup holder for a chair. These interesting buttons on it which I didn't really think much of, but when I saw this little box, the fact that there's this DIN connector and also, well, DC jack, female DC jack of all things, I kind of wanted to know what was in here and whether or not these were just like a little LED or some kind of refrigeration unit. So, I mean, looking on the back here, 29 volts in, outputs 12 volt DC, 1 amp, so this could be interesting to pull apart. And there's also a model number on here. Can you make it out? Yep. Anyway, I thought this would be good for a little YouTube video pull apart. To start with, I'm not going to go for here, I'm going to go for here. So let's pull this tape off. Now, looking at this, I'd say the tape was definitely a good idea. The plastic feels kind of poor quality, but they went to the length to put in a link here, which different. Just your cheap ass glue snot. That can go in the bin. But, I mean, overall this doesn't look like it's half-assed. So the buttons look like they do light up, and I'm kind of curious about what they are. So I mean, something like this, I definitely couldn't reuse it, but the parts are probably worth salvaging. The fun thing is I've got 2 of these units. So whatever's in here, yeah, if it's useful, I got 2 of them. It's kind of fun, the kind of things you'll find that shops will just throw out for whatever reason. Could be they can't be bothered, could be it's totally useless. Oh, that snap didn't sound good. Definitely not getting that back together. My theory is that's some kind of light, but until I can get into there I can't tell. I mean, the fact I went to the trouble of installing these zip ties is a bit different, but, and I just squashed that wire there, which I didn't want to do. Alright, let's try taking these out. It's kind of funny how it looks like it's got an earth here. I mean, this is plastic, it's not metal, so why they'd go to the effort of earthing plastic, I suppose they're trying to do a good thing. How much of me is... Yep, I'm still in job. I didn't line up the mat. I usually use this as a reference as to where the camera is, but today I sort of just winged it. It's getting a bit late in the afternoon for me. I kind of would like to see the chair these came out of, but you know, who knows. And there we go. Wow, self-tappers, and that's a long one. Actually, it's about the same length as the other one. So there's one more over here. And unfortunately, I don't have my cutters here anymore. Wait, do I? I think I do. There's a tiny screwdriver from upstairs, a couple of pins. Ah, here we go. Make use of these now. I did spend about $5 on them, so for me that's a little bit of money. For others it's probably not even a drop in the bucket. I'll keep them handy just in case I need to use them again. So, different. Can we pull that apart? No. Alright. Take out this last screw, which I almost have. And just as I thought, there's a circuit board under here. Oop, forgot this one. There we go. ooh, surface mount. And it's got a chip. I'm not sure what that is. Can it be focused up on here? Blurry. I can't make that out. There we go, that's better. So that's a little bit more complicated than I thought it was. So they've gone to the trouble of installing resistors. There's what's possibly a voltage regulator here, but my lighting's terrible right now. Diode. Oof. Yeah. This is going between the super cheap and money actually spent on design. And the buttons are construction. Plastic doesn't feel cheap, so I suppose that's a good thing. And what I'd like to do is to actually pull this apart. So maybe I can. They actually went to the trouble of making a circuit board for the bottom light. So we've got. They went to the trouble of cutting off the 2 surface mount LEDs and 2 resistors. Kind of fun. I mean, look at that. And as you can see, the damage I've done here. So that's not worth trusting anymore. Come on, refocus. Kind of wondering, I'm curious whether or not I'm able to recover that IC and reuse it somewhere. I'd have to get a breakout board for it though. But, nice. Even though my opinion in this means absolutely nothing. Looking at this little box, my idea is that I could reuse it for something else, for another project. That's if these side things here are not permanently attached to the box, but let's find out. Ooh. Whoa, this... Oh, look at those relays. Oof, diodes. Looks like there's maybe capacitors we're supposed to... No? They've gone to the trouble of... What on it? This definitely is not some cheap POS. I mean, 4 relays, 20 amps, 14 volt DC, 125 AC. This was definitely worth taking. What's that little IC there? I'm guessing it's going to have something to do with the voltage regulation, because I don't see anything else that would. Especially since it's supposed to step down the current. I mean, we've got so, I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of buck converter. You've got a inductor here. 10 HU, 10 Henrys I think it is. A couple of cheap ass Chinese capacitors. 5 volts, 35 volts, sorry, at 470 UF. What's this one? I can't tell. And this one's 100 UF 35 volt, this one at the end here. So this looks serious. I mean, they've gone to the point of applying Celastic. No, that's just your standard shitty glue. They didn't just solder these in, they installed connectors, so whoever made this spent a bit of money on it. I mean, just wow, this is different. This I wasn't expecting. I was expecting some cheap POS, not a half decent board. I mean, the sides of this have been routed. You've got 4 rather nice looking relays. 24 volt relays, not 12. That's... Huh. Ay, ay. So having 2 of these is going to be fun, but this isn't just using a standard voltage regulator like an LM317 or 7805 or 78012. It's... wow. It's just insane. Well, I'm putting that back in there. Looks like if I made anything to go in here, it'd have to be specifically designed for this box. So that's how that goes in, and that one goes in like that. It realigns to there. Honestly, I can understand why business would just throw this out. It's just an additional piece of junk that there's no need to keep, but wow, I mean this... I mean, I was thinking about just reusing the wire, but yeesh. So you've got a control IC up here, by the looks of things. You've got buck converter down here, relays. Geez, what on earth was this thing controlling? Reset, open, close, up, down, light. I was expecting just maybe a microcontroller that would send the signals out to another box, but looks like it was all done with the cup holder. Oh jeez, if the chair was movable and they took this out, there goes the control panel. But I have seen these kind of switches used in a lot of other appliances. I'm wondering if recovering them would be difficult. You've just got these 4 solder pads, so yeah, this don't need you, don't need you. And they go everywhere. I'm not going to need you. I'm not going to need you. I might want... whoop. Now, how's that for an interesting little ring? It might be worth reusing. So I've got the LEDs here that light it up. That could be reusable. So having 2 of these was obviously a good idea. Well, pulling apart weird junk, so something I like to do. Anyway, if you stumbled across this video, yeah, this is I'm going to try to find more weird shit to pull apart. Speaking of weird shit, I do have another Apple product I might be able to do another video on soon. And that should be more interesting because I won't be just pulling it apart and throwing it away if all goes to plan. I should be able to reuse it and, well, unlike Apple, make it better. Anyway, this is going to be the video. I'm just going to put the screwdriver away. I'm going to leave all this here until I can pull apart the other one and put it somewhere which I really don't have a place for. I need to buy some storage boxes. Anyway, see ya.